So hi everyone, hope you're doing really well. Welcome to this episode. Very warm welcome to those who have recently subscribed. It's great to have your company. The whole purpose of this video is to try and give you an insight into how to take good photographs when you do your property viewings and your property inspections. It's really great for having a record, but also for showing things like before and after pictures, and also showing potential investors what you've done. Having a great set of photographs are really helpful in capturing what you've managed to achieve. And you need a good before picture and a good after picture, so I hope that these few slides are helpful to you. Now let me quickly orientate you. I've taken some pictures from our very first failed buy-to-let that turned into a buy-to-sell project, and what I'm going to do now is just run through some of the pictures of some of the rooms to give you a feel for the pictures that I took and how I took them. And for you to see the sort of property and what it looks like. Of course, you can pause at any time if I'm going to move on probably more quickly than you would like, but feel free to pause it. And then what I'm going to do is take this, go back to the same pictures and overlay them with the pictures that the professional took for our marketing pack. So then you can see how it's done properly. So this is a 3-bed mid-terrace property. This was purchased in 2017, and this is the front room. It needed an awful lot of work, but that is reception room number 1. And then as we turn back on ourselves, we go through a small corridor with an understairs cupboard. We then stand in looking at reception room number 2, and just off to the right, off the picture, are the stairs up to the first floor. So this was reception room number 2, and then you can just see the doorway on your left. Let's go through there, and you'll see the space for the kitchen. That's what it looked before refurb, and the story behind this was an elderly gentleman had lived here, and he had just used the downstairs floor, so the upstairs was really bad. Let's just quickly go upstairs. Let's have a look at the master bedroom. I had to take 2 pictures to try and capture the master bedroom. I just couldn't sort of figure out how to do it any other way, particularly when I was learning. And then I took a picture of the bathroom, and that was what I took. I didn't do a particularly good job, but there we are, and that's what the garden looked like, and that's how I took the picture of the garden. So not only looking at the condition of the property, we're sort of trying to analyse how the picture was taken, and I'm going to try and exemplify that now by showing you what the pro did, and I'll overlay the two, and then you can see hopefully how you should do it and how you can do it better. And avoid my mistakes. So let's go back to the beginning then. This was reception number 1, and you can notice that what you really are trying to do in every single photograph is get the edge of the room centre of your shot. And let me just explain what I mean by that. Where 2 walls meet, you get an edge. Think of it in terms of your geometry lessons in school, cubes and cuboids. You get faces, edges and vertices, or faces, edges and corners. Where the faces meet, you get edges, and where edges meet, you get corners or vertices. So you want the edge right in the middle of the room, which the edge is not even vertical, it's leaning, so that's a poor shot, and it's not in the centre, it should be over here somewhere. So look, what does the pro do? They come and got it right. You've got the edge almost centre of the shot, if not centre of the shot, and you've got a wide angle lens too, and most phones these days will have some sort of zoom function and zoom out function. I would suggest you use that zoom out function and capture as much of the room as possible. What you really want on the extremes of your pictures are the other edges of another wall. That's the ideal. There we are, a great shot. So that wasn't particularly successful. That one was much better. And of course our brains like this better because it looks done and ordered and tidy. But there we are. So let's just remind ourselves what the second reception room looked like. There we are. I did actually get a fairly vertical edge in the centre of the picture. And I did as well as I could because I didn't use zoom. But this is what a really good shot looks like. Edge in the centre of the picture. And just notice this. You really want the same amount of ceiling as floor in the picture. And the way you sort of manage that is just look at the amount of ceiling from wall to ceiling in the top of your shot and the amount of wall to floor and the bottom of your shot. Again, it's a bit off here, slightly different here, but it looks balanced. It feels like an appropriate, well-ordered, well-organised shot. So there's a tip for you. Now, how to do the kitchen then? Because the kitchen is long and narrow. Well, this is what the guy did. There's a long and narrow picture, and I haven't got an edge. I've got a wall or a face in the middle of my shot. So what he did is he turned around and took an edge in the middle of the shot, and he got a much better view and feel of the picture. And what I also like about this is how the eye travels back through into the room we've just been standing in. You can see where I stood to take that picture. Would have been even better if I'd opened the door into the front reception room and had the light come in. But there we are, you know, you can always improve. Let's quickly look upstairs then. Let's remind ourselves what the master bedroom looked like. This is how I took the picture of the master bedroom. I needed two. And what did he do? Yes, we've staged it and it looks painted and looks lovely. But again, you've got the edge right in the middle of the shot. You've got a balance between floor and ceiling. And you've got the sense of the room. What I probably would have done slightly, if it was me now, is I would have slightly moved the camera around to the left and have that edge right on the edge of my picture and try to get the edge over here in the shot or on the shot, just slightly. But it's certainly a massive improvement from the previous two pictures I had to take. Let's move on to the bathroom. That's what I took the picture of the bathroom was, and he did a much better shot by looking at that. Again, it's probably not perfect. We could probably improve upon that still, but it definitely gives a better feel. And what about the garden, finally? The garden looked like that. And one thing I want you to notice is, yes, I was trying to capture what the garden looked like, but I'm very much down, looking down on dirt and rubbish and mess. I have actually, not too far off, got the edge in the middle of my shot-ish. It's not too bad, but you can definitely see that looks an awful lot better. The edge is slap bang in the middle. And what he's done here, he's come lower and looking up at the sky too, which gives a whole better feel. So they are how you should perhaps think about taking pictures when you're doing your viewings. Now, just before we go, I'd like to say thank you ever so much for your support. As always, we do really appreciate it. We do. And now I keep saying it, and it sounds we get familiar with it, but we do, Beck and I do appreciate all the support, all the interaction, all the comments and likes. It's a real encouragement for us to keep doing it for you. Just before you go, if you could just like it and hit subscribe, there's a bell notification icon, because only today someone said to me, I'm not sure what you mean by that. So that's the bell notification icon. Hit that, then you'll get notified when we release new videos. That's it for this one. I hope you found it helpful, and I hope you can go away and do something with it. My name is Josh Harrison. Thank you ever so much for your support. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.